Chelan County, happy Wednesday, chilly Wednesday this time, but we have a couple of guys here that are going to share ways to stay warm without breaking the bank and other really cool stuff that's going on around Chelan County. Welcome to the Power Hour. Hello, Mario. We're going to start with you. We also have Scott Stanford, our commercial energy advisor, with us. But Mario, we're checking in with you this morning. I know you have lots of cool, exciting stuff to share. What you got?
Hi, Lacey. Once again, Mario Cantu. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator for Chelan County PUD. Happy to be at this edition of the Power Hour today. I got some really neat information, and we'll start off with something I had an opportunity to experience over the weekend, and that is the New Discovery Center. If you have not been to the New Discovery Center, you and your family are going to have to make some time over the next few weeks there to come visit and experience the Columbia River in a way you haven't experienced it before. The New Discovery Center has a lot of really neat entertainment, but one of the really fun things, Lacey, was I brought my 7-year-old and 6-year-old with me to the Discovery Center. And in this world of immediate gratification, I thought, 20, 30, 40 minutes tops, and I would have to figure out a way to entertain these kids. Well, I'll tell you what, to everyone's surprise, we were there for just about 3 hours, and they did not finish exploring and discovering and just having fun at the New Discovery Center. It's a great way for the kids to learn, for the kids to, family, I wouldn't say just kids, but for everyone to come out, discover or experience the New Discovery Center, experience the Columbia River. You'll get an opportunity to learn more about fish. You'll get an opportunity to check out the fish viewing windows. Basically, it's top to bottom.
And now all the kids can see because they've lowered them, so even little toddlers can go right up to the glass. I don't know how many fish they have right now, though. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's fish season.
It may not be, but it surely is entertaining. And you can play, find the fish kind of a game. It's really, really fun. And anyway, we did that, and we then learned a bit more about the culture and history of the region, which was really fun to do. And then we went over to a really cool station where you actually get to ride a ferry, and you're in control, and you are in the Columbia River. And
the ferry is bananas. There's like all the kids are obsessed with the ferry, and like when we were there, there was a huge line, and the fish window got a little bit of play, but it was all about the ferry.
It was all about the ferry, and I guess what I'm trying to say is, for families who are looking for a little indoor entertainment learning, please put your list, and you're gonna want to visit it. You don't want to miss out on it. It's a wonderful facility, a lot of very entertaining, interactive displays, and your family is going to want to be part of that. So it's now also an all year round. So if you want to come visit the Discovery Center, Tuesday through Saturday from 9:30 to 5, I believe those are the hours. But for more details, visit our website and or the social media channels at the Rocky Ridge Discovery Center.
So that's
one thing. Yeah, what's up?
Is Bob still doing the tours? When I was there, I just came on a Saturday, and he had tours going on where you could actually go check out the turbines and stuff like that. Is that still happening?
I believe that is by arrangements. So if you call the Discovery Center and you ask them for a tour, they'll schedule you. And depending on how large your group, they may have you all in one group or have you in different groups. We want to be, very mindful about people's safety as they visit our facility, and also be good stewards with CDC silence, social distancing, and so just give our friends at the Discovery Center a call, find out what they have to offer, and experience the Columbia in a way you haven't done it before.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So Discovery Center, hit it up Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay.
What else? What else did you want to share today?
Okay, I got notes, all kinds of notes going on over here. So the next thing I want to talk to you about, and all of our listeners, is there might be some broadband discounts you may qualify for. So if you want to find out whether or not you qualify, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is call your service provider and see if you qualify. You can also check out the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program and see if you can apply for the discount and see what kind of discount you can get. So it's a great way.
So this is for the internet or for...
That is correct. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the Broadband Emergency Fund, I believe they're federal grants, federal monies, in an effort to bring some resources to those families in need. And the discount can range from $50 to $30 depending on when you first sign up for it, and I believe the end of the year may also have something to do with it. But I would encourage folks to contact their service provider, find out a little more about this broadband emergency fund benefit. And for those who qualify, you may qualify for a discount between $30 and $50 on your monthly bill.
Sweet. Amazing. Okay. What other, do you have any other bill discounts? I feel like $30 to $50 off your internet is a great way to start. What other discounts are there for folks on their bills?
That's a great segue to the next thing, right? So we just finished a time where a moratorium was in place to help those folks keep the utility services on. And as we transition moratorium, we may have some customers out there who either need finance assistance or that would like to find a payment plan that fits their needs. With that, the two things we can do. The first thing to do is obviously contact our office. The main line is 509-663-8121. Again, that number is 509-663-8121.
I totally have this. Okay, so you could call this line. You could also call the one that you're talking about, or the number 2 way to get more information about bill assistance is...
Yes, contact the Community Action Council. So the Community Action Council is a great partner with Chelan County PUD, and they help us qualify customers for the appropriate energy assistance program. So to find out if you qualify or what energy assistance program you qualify for, the Community Action Council would be your best resource, and that number is right on the screen there. Thank you, Lacey, for queuing up the number. I will take a look at the screen next time. 519-662-6156 is the number you want to call for Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. And so that's that. We covered a little bit of ground on Discovery Center. We talked about the broadband discount for fiber optic services. And we talked about energy assistance options. I guess I will close with just a reminder to folks to stay safe and be aware of their surroundings as we transition to the late fall, early winter months. A lot of high winds, as we saw a couple days ago. And with that, you may see some down power lines or a tree in a line. The first thing to do is when you see a down power line, please always assume the lines are energized and stay away from them, and report it immediately, calling 911. So the thing to do if it's a windy day and there happens to be a down line, always assume the power lines are energized, stay away from them, call 911, and they will go ahead and follow the appropriate steps to re-energize customers and to safely remove that line from the ground. The second thing is, if you experience an outage due to any weather situation
Let's get
or
real. It's
any of
probably
the
a
one,
squirrel. Like
or
90% of
if
what's
there's a
going on in
squirrel,
Wenatchee is squirrel-related
right?
outages.
And it always seems to be during the Seahawks game, right? I mean, for those Seahawks fans out there, the squirrels have great timing, right? And no, we don't. We just, yeah, outages are just one of those things where we just never know when we can experience one. But if you do, go ahead and give us a call. The best way to get a hold of Chelan PUD and report an outage is using the outage line. That number is 877-783-8123. Again, that number is 877-783-8123. And you can also follow our social media channels. Twitter and Facebook have real time updates related to the outages. So follow us on social media. Give us a call if you have any questions. Give us a call if you experience an outage. Stay connected with Chelan County PUD. And don't forget to come out and experience the Discovery Center. It's a whole new way to experience the Columbia River.
All right. Cool. Mario, thank you. Is there
That's all
anything
I got.
else that people should know as we roll into the holiday season with, exciting, fun things for kids all the way down to outages?
I guess I will leave you with one thing. And you and I were chatting about this offline yesterday. And drum roll, please. Chelan County PUD, in collaboration with Pybus Market, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Hispanic Business Council, I should say, and a few other organizations are coming together to host an event December the 11th at Pybus Market. And the event is going to provide resources, much like we share here today, but we will also have partners come out and provide a lot of really fun surprises. There will be some giveaways. There'll be some crafts for kids to take home. There'll be some really fun, exciting things for families to do when they come home. And what we do, and we've done this over the last few months, is it's a drive-through approach. So as folks come into the market, back behind the market by the loading dock, there's a road there, and I forget the name of that street, but we will be turning the traffic with law enforcement support. We'll be turning the traffic back the other way to allow for traffic flow. And we'll be set up out there from 12 to 2, Saturday, December the 11th. We have partners that will be giving out gingerbread houses to the first 100 families that come in. There will be partners also providing some to-go food so families can have a meal when they get home. We'll be providing some great information about energy assistance programs, the broadband discount programs, and some energy solutions, as well as some information related to any of the rebate programs we may have in place as well. So it'll be a really fun event. It's a community drive-through event that will provide resources, fun, and activities for families to do at home.
And how do people find out more about this? So it's on the 11th of December. If I were interested,
Yes.
where would I go to make sure I don't miss it?
So you're getting the preview. You're getting the behind the scenes.
Yeah, yesterday you said don't
information.
mention this because it's not approved, and today we're doing drum rolls. Okay.
That's right. That's right. So it's still early on. Please do visit our social media channels to keep up with the information. As we know more about the event, we'll roll that information out through the appropriate social media channels. But it'll be a great opportunity to come out, learn more about Chelan PUD resources and programs, visit with some community partners, and take some fun stuff home. So for now, what I got is the location, the time, and a date.
Okay,
And
December 11th
really
in the
stuff.
morning at Pybus. Show up, get a lot of cool
Yes.
stuff from gingerbread houses to food and free bill support.
You got it.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
All right, sweet. Thank you for announcing it here live. Should we invite Scott in? I mean, he's been kind of lurking in the corner here, but let's bring Scott on in. Hey, bud.
How's it going?
Hi, Scott. So Scott is our commercial energy advisor, and he is our featured guest today to talk more about winter and things like that. Mario, this is a last call if you have anything else to share. Otherwise, we're going to we're going to slide on over to some energy efficiency chat.
Sounds great. Thank you, Lacey, Scott, for having me at this edition of the Power Hour. Looking forward to being on again and bringing some more information to our listeners and our customer owners.
Right on. Thanks, Mario. Have a great afternoon.
You as well. Bye-bye.
Yep. See you, Bard.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm gonna change our thing and officially, boom, Mario's out. No, just kidding. All right, new overlay. So let's turn this around. Now we're chatting energy efficiency. We're talking about commercial rebates. You have a brand new program that we are unveiling for our commercial folks. And hopefully next year it might be accessible also to residential customers. Why don't we start there? Why don't you tell us about the new program?
Oh, the Pay It Forward program?
The Pay It
Is that
Forward
what you're
program.
talking about?
I'm talking about that one.
Exactly. That's something we kind of put together for businesses or contractors that work for us in the commercial industrial that, we give some pretty healthy rebates, and we thought maybe they could pay some of that forward, give them opportunity to take a portion of that rebate they get from the utility and donate that to a charity of their choice in the community here to kind of give back to the, the people that support their business or their, their business. So, it doesn't have to be a lot, they could give $20 of the rebate, they could give it all. So, it's up to them. It's just something we just started to, try to get off the ground and kind of build a little bit. So, we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited. I think it'll be something that, another thing that, that we do at the utility to, kind of engage the community, to kind of build the community. And that's a good thing right now in today's world.
No kidding. Yeah. So a business, small, large, all the way up to the big industrial guys, they do energy efficiency. So they do a solid by getting better equipment. They get an incentive back from Chelan PUD, and then they get to decide how much of that, a portion or all the way up to all of it, they could forward to the community foundation and then decide which local nonprofits they want to support with that money. So it's kind of cool because it's like, it's not like they have to bust open their checkbook.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
can, do a 50-50. Like, hey, we're getting solid. We're getting a, super discounted heat pump because Chelan PUD is going to pay for most of it. Let's just forward a couple $100 onto a local charity that can, share the love, especially for the holiday season. I like that.
Yep, and they can be completely anonymous donors, or if they want some recognition, maybe you can spread a little love for them around the community here. What you do with social media and the Lightly newsletter, whatever it is. If they want some recognition, I think that I think that's something we can work with them on as well.
Yeah. For sure. And that's the Pay It Forward program. I'll put a link into the chat here. Cool. So what else is going on? What else is going on in the commercial industrial world that you're operating in?
That's the only new thing I think we have coming out. We did add PTAC heat pumps late, or earlier this year. That was new for 2020. Otherwise, it's the same stuff we've been just trying to build on those programs that we have that have been successful, that have people have interest in, or that there's value in the communities or in the county that we can get out of these businesses and helping them out.
Cool. All right. Well, let's turn this over to residential, because I don't know how many businesses are watching, but I do know that probably most people who are watching are going outside and grabbing a down coat because it's not warm. The other day, last week I went out, for a little morning walk, had my sweatshirt on, and I got up to the top of the hill, and literally the temperature, just this weird front hat came, and I took a step and it became 68 degrees and I had to go down to a t-shirt. It was the wildest thing. And I feel like now it's completely backtracked and it's 20 degrees outside.
Yeah. I was gone most of last week. We were out running around and, like off work in Montana, and to come home on Sunday, it was like the wind's blowing and it was like super warm. It was bizarre. It was almost 70 degrees. It was crazy. And then this morning it's scrape your windows because it's 20 something degrees. Like, so yeah, it's definitely cooling off. Fall's here. Winter's just around the corner. It's probably time to start thinking about getting ready for that if you own a home.
Yeah. And even if you rent, what kind of suggestions do you have for folks to stay more comfortable this year without just cranking up the heat?
Well, I kind of think of it in three different ways. Air sealing, which keeps the air in the house, and then the furnace, which is how you heat the air. And then there's another freebie that we get, and that's the sun. And that's a pretty simple one. If you have a house that's got south-facing windows, you probably have, curtains or blinds or something on that. Open those up during the day and let the sun naturally warm your home. And when you get home in the evening, when it's dark, close those things, and that will kind of keep a barrier, almost like a blanket on the inside of your house to help keep some of that heat in. And I mean, it's dark. You can't see the view anyway. So you might as well take advantage of some of that free heat we get from the sun if you have south-facing homes and stuff like that. That's just a real easy, no cost, unless you don't have any blinds.
That's like
then hang a
original
blanket
solar
up.
energy, like solar energy version 1.0.
Exactly, solar heat gain.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Turn my house into a greenhouse. It'll be good. So your plants will love it too. So anyway, the next step would be like to the furnace. Always, I'm always, saying you need to keep on putting your filters, right? It'll just help your furnace run a lot more efficiently and what have you. So that'll help some. The other thing is, turn it down, set it back an extra couple degrees at night, or turn it down a couple degrees overall. Have an extra blanket on your bed, have a blanket to throw on the couch. So, if you not heating it to 70 degrees every night, and only to 68, that will help some of your energy savings as well on the furnace. Sometimes there's people have spare rooms in their house they don't use. Close the door and close the vent. If you don't need to heat that area, just keep it. Heat the areas that you're in your home is another way of doing that with the furnace.
Yeah, well, that's smart. Especially, if you have zonal heat, it makes it really easy too. Just
don't
turn on that baseboard.
Exactly.
Shut the door.
Especially with zonal heat, But even if you've got a ducted system, you're able to. There should be a vent in that room. It's probably louvered. You can close that vent off and close that door, and yeah, it's not going to freeze in there because your house isn't going to freeze, but you won't be pushing that air into there. It'll be pushed back into other areas of the house where the thermostat's at, because that's really what controls it, the temperature around the thermostat. So you don't want to block that room off, because that won't be so good for the rest of your house. So.
And if your thermostat is in a room, that's a bit awkward anyway. You should probably move that, bring it out to the main living area.
Exactly. So
okay.
Anyways,
all right. And you said there were three. So you said air sealing. No, you didn't say air sealing.
Not yet. That was one of the ones I mentioned. Yeah, exactly. You spend all this money to heat the air, and then if you've got a bunch of air leaks in your house, it's just going to leave your house, and you've got to heat more air again. So anything you can do for any drafts. I mean, around doors, is the weather stripping need to be replaced? Does the door need to be adjusted so that it seals against the weather stripping? The little strike plate where the latch bolt goes in, do you need to move that, adjust that? Oftentimes it's usually a couple times a year, the weather changes enough that, your house moves around a little bit, that adjusting that, or for sure, the threshold on the bottom where you step over, some of those are adjustable. And, sometimes during the year, the sweep on the bottom of the door seals that nicely. And other times you can feel air underneath there. So you might need to move that up or move that down depending on where you're at in the season. If you have a non-adjustable threshold, maybe they have a towel or one of those door stock things that you get, something that kind of I don't know what they're really called.
It's like a draft snake, I know people that used to make them and then make them cute, and you just tuck it up under the door and there's a solution.
Yeah, my house, I put in doors with adjustable thresholds, and I have a screwdriver, so I can go around and move it up and down and eliminate that problem for myself. So I don't know about the little decorative door sock deals, but they're probably out there.
Hey,
I just don't have any.
They work. I mean, the other thing that in a pinch, so we offer rebates for windows, but not everybody is going to go and replace all of their windows right now. So if you don't want, if that's not a possibility, they do have little insulation kits. And I used to live in Canada, in Eastern Canada too, which is like real Canada, none of this BC stuff. And
exactly.
That's what we would do. We would go and we'd get the little kit. It's, $10 or something. You take out the little thin plastic, stick it on, and then you take the hairdryer to really like tighten it on so that it creates a little bit more of, it's kind of like an extra pane, but It's not glass.
Yeah,
But
well,
it
in
made a
Windows,
really big difference.
yeah, and Windows is another opening, another hole in the envelope of your house, right? The door was the first hole we talked about. Windows are next, and those exact kits you're talking about, caulking, sealing, anything. If you can feel the cold coming in or whatever, try to eliminate that because it's just hot air leaving your house. Any opening you have in your house, you got to think about. So it could be if you got a bunch of can lights in your ceiling, they got little gaskets for those so that it's not just rolling up into the attic. One thing a lot of people don't think about is I'm sure you should have an access to your attic. You should have. So,
Yeah, it's a good thing to have.
Exactly. I've been in older homes where they're only this big and they're hard for little me to get up inside of. But those should be sealed. I mean, that's just a hole. Heat wants to rise. So if you got a hole in your ceiling anywhere, it's gonna just exacerbate getting out. So a little bit of weather stripping on the bottom of the lid to keep it sealed is a good thing to look for. So I guess that's the top end of it. The other thing is, if you've got a house that's not on a slab and it's or on a basement, it's maybe on a crawl space. There's usually crawl space vents. You might want to block those so that cold air isn't getting under the house. Just kind of helps. Some houses are not insulated underneath, or the floors aren't insulated underneath. They just have the perimeter of the foundation insulated. You for sure want to kind of close those up, then open them up in the spring when it's warmer. But that's another area to kind of seal air from getting, under your envelope of your home. And we talked about it getting out of the walls and the ceiling, but also underneath. So there's lots of ways for the air to get out. You want to find those and just kind of seal those off as best you can.
And for goodness sakes, if you have window ACs, please take them out and close your window for winter. I see sometimes driving through, and there's still window ACs hanging out. Close them down. Take them out.
Another couple layers of duct tape, Lacey. It's all going to be good. Just seal the hole with more duct tape.
Yes. Take them out.
Get them out. Get them out.
Exactly.
Put them someplace. Seal that off. Get your window closed back up. Definitely something to look for.
And all the things that you're talking about, I mean, this is like, maybe a couple hours to just literally start at the bottom, work your way up, or vice versa, and just say, okay, what could I do at the bottom? How's my threshold around the door? How's my crawl space? Can I close it up at all? And then you move up. Okay, well, how are my windows doing? Do I need to, add a little bit of insulation there or a little bit of sealing? What do I need to do? And then how's my attic? Are there big holes? My favorite is, like you said, the crawl space access, the attic access is there. And they might have, giant insulation on either side. And then the 2x2 foot panel,
there's
uninsulated.
It's just a piece of half-inch drywall, right? There's no weather stripping around. There's no insulation on top of it. There's nothing completing that, that barrier up there.
And it's so easy to fix. Just take a couple minutes, check it out. It'll make you feel better.
Take a Saturday morning and just take a quick walk around your house, and especially if you're in an open area, you got vents to the north. So that's where all the cold's going to blow in underneath your house there. Just see about flipping something up there. Sometimes there's vents that actually have little louvers on them. You can close them and open them. Other times maybe you need to make a plug out of something solid. Polystyrene insulation or just anything to put in there to keep the wind from rolling under the house there. But take a look at your windows. You got a bunch of cracks between the siding and the window frame. You need to caulk, touch up caulk on that. Taking a look into your doors. You can probably just get down on the floor and look under your door. If you can see the sunlight out there, you probably need to adjust something because it's going to be coming in there. And so I've done that. People have called me over them like, oh yeah, well, let's just raise this up a little bit. And a lot of people don't know that there's even adjustable thresholds available to doors. And so, it doesn't take long. And a lot of this is not super expensive. Maybe you take a Saturday, half a day, you got to spend a couple of bucks on some stuff, but it will make a difference, I think, in the comfort of your home through the winter.
For sure. Yeah. Some people say, oh, well, energy prices are so low, just crank up the heat, move on. But it's winter after winter after winter after winter. And the bills around Chelan County are highest in winter. They're, everyone freaks out in summer mainly because other places that are further south, like in the Southwest, their grid is really stressed out in summer because of AC. That is not when our grid is stressed out. Our grid is sad in winter because that's when everyone turns on the heat. And so to keep our energy prices low, if we are able to use a little bit less, particularly in winter, by doing these really simple things, everyone benefits.
Yeah, for sure. And so that's kind of what we're supposed to do here. That's our job here at the utility. Try to talk you guys into saving little bits more every time, so that it eventually will. You stack a bunch of pennies in a jar. Eventually, that jar gets full, and there's a fair
and then you can swim like Scrooge McDuck, in the money pit.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. Exactly. So Scott is you're in charge of commercial, but we have a couple folks that are doing the residential programs. So Josh and Sergio, they actually will go out to your home if you want and do a home energy audit. They'll meet you out there, bring a ladder and other cool stuff, get up in your attic, have a peek in your crawl space potentially, and see, okay, what concrete things should you do? What would they recommend? This is true whether you rent or own. So if you're kind of listening to us and going like, we have people who can help you. Literally, just call us or go to our website, and Josh or Sergio can come on out and give you very specific advice about how they'd recommend you improving your home.
Yeah. And they're super excited we're mentioning their names right now and telling you all that they'll come out and do this for you. I just know it. It's great. So
actually, they both say it's their favorite part of the job. They love going out, hanging with customers, seeing all the weird stuff, and
absolutely
how homes are built.
I think it absolutely is their favorite part, to get to see the people and see the different homes and how they're built, because homes are built a lot differently now than they were 50, 60, sometimes 100 years ago, right? We've got some older homes in the county here, so it's often challenging sometimes on how they did things before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then how they did it originally, and then everyone that's owned it and added their special touch to that building.
Those are the really fun ones. It's like, ooh, what do you call this room? Why is it leaning like this? Okay, never mind.
Yes, but they will go out and give you very specific advice no matter what vintage your home is. So exactly. I highly recommend that.
And we got a lot of good programs to help the people out with that, and so.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing I did want to talk about was I wanted to brainstorm a little bit with you about some good eco gifts. So these are not just gifts for people that, have bamboo everything and an electric vehicle in their garage, although we love you. You are our people. But this is also gifts that are pretty cool gadgets that everyone, I think, could enjoy, like smart thermostats. Evidently, half the people in Chelan County buy smart thermostat as a gift in November. That's when all of our rebate applications come in.
Perfect.
Because it's fun, right? If you leave home, you can just turn it off on your phone. You can check in on your house if you're away, traveling, those kinds of things. So a lot of the technology that's coming out, whether it's a hybrid water heater or a smart thermostat, the control that it allows, plus the energy savings, absolutely. But the control that you can have from your phone or outside is a big factor, I think, of why a lot of people are making the switch. But there's some other fun ideas that I heard. So you were talking about having a blanket, putting on a sweater, those kinds of things for staying warm.
Yeah.
I heard of a friend who has a heated keyboard and mouse.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how, like, heated seats and a heated steering wheel in your car?
Yeah, maybe they could have like a heated office chair. And I know you hate that.
Oh my God. None of my cars are new enough to have any of that kind of stuff.
Okay. But anyway, so I thought a heated keyboard would be pretty amazing. No, it's all good. A heated keyboard would be pretty amazing. It's a good way, like if you're touching something that's warm, you'll feel more warm even if the ambient temperature is not, and that can be a really good way to save money. So bring out the heated blankets and stuff like that and turn down your thermostat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Any other gifts? What are you getting? What are you getting, Thomas? I'm sure Thomas is asking for some eco gifts.
No, Thomas is not asking for an eco gift, I'm sure. He's thinking scope for his rifle, something for his race car. He's thinking something like that, I'm sure.
Right.
So.
Although I will say electric vehicles could probably do some pretty solid race cars. Like, you know that trains run off of electric motors, right?
They actually have them. I mean, like there's F1, there's the IndyCar stuff, F1 cars that have they run on electric motors.
Yeah, because isn't it the torque that's like a big,
the torque,
like the zero to 60 or whatever is a no-brainer.
The torque on an electric motor is absolutely insane.
Okay.
It'll just throw you back in your seat and put a smile on your face.
So you heard it here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just go for a ride with Dr. Jim in the Nook and you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So he's got one of them electric hot rods, man.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Mm-hmm. So if you really wanted to splurge for a holiday gift, you could get a fancy pants Tesla.
Oh yeah.
And plug it in.
I'm gonna give all my children Teslas for Christmas. They're gonna love it. So no, I'm not.
They would.
No.
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. So. Well, Scott, you know what else is going on? We talked about the Pay It Forward program, which I think this is a great time of year to open that up for businesses. Maybe next year we'll expand it to residential customers who are getting their rebates so they could get their cool smart thermostat or their new heat pump and then forward on the rebate to their favorite nonprofit. This year we're just doing it with businesses. You talked about some easy ways to save money and feel more comfortable at home. And also those energy audits if folks need a little bit more direction from Josh and Sergio. Anything else today?
Well, I mean, I think with the Pay It Forward program, it's new, but the process isn't really going to be different for the people that are our business that we get the rebate to, right? I mean, they can already assign it to the contractor now, the whole amount. They'll just be able to just check a box and slide a portion of that or all of that over to the community foundation, which will take care of all the paperwork, get them all the stuff they need for tax information. And isn't it like a little debit card you said they got, Lacey? Where then they can pick where they want it to go.
It's called a giving card, and it's preloaded with your donation amount, and then you log into their portal, and you don't have to pick one nonprofit. You could pick 67 nonprofits if you wanted to, and give everybody.
Give them all $1, and so whatever you want to do. So I mean, it's not going to be. It shouldn't be laborious, weird. New process. It should be the same process we've been doing. They're just gonna pick a different lane for some of that to go to, and then we kind of take care of the rest of it. So hopefully that won't be too scary to people that we have something new going on, and it'll be easy to understand and be good to go on.
Yeah, and if they have questions, you're there.
Yeah, call me up. I've gotten a little bit about it. I mean, a lot of the processes are the same. So and you did a lot of work on this program, so you have a pretty full understanding of it as well. So.
That's true. Give me or Scott a call, or you can just check out our website, chelanpud.org/payitforward to learn more about that program. And look on social media. We have some cute ads from local nonprofits who are just sharing a few ways that your support would impact the broader community over the next couple months.
Yeah, and then skipping over to the what we talked about with DIY winter projects. Doesn't Josh have things on our website for tips, frequently asked questions and tips and trips and stuff that if you didn't get or don't remember what we talked about here, you can go to our website and
let me drop it in here. We do have some winter conservation tips.
Yeah. Then you can call Josh and ask him more questions about that because he loves to talk to people.
He does.
Yeah, that's his favorite part of the job. It's awesome.
Yep. So this is where our winter energy conservation tips are. You could just go to chelanpud.org/save, and there's going to be a big link on there as well. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I know you guys do a lot of work. I mean, I know Josh works really hard on getting that stuff together on the website with you, and he's always studying his craft and talking to other people. So, I think that's a good place for people to go.
Yeah, he's also going to be on Coho and Cozy on December 7th, I believe, in the morning on the morning show. Yes.
So you don't get to call into those shows though, because if you could just call in and ask Josh a few questions live, I think that'd be a lot of fun. But anyway, maybe next time.
Okay.
Maybe next time we get him on the hot seat here on the Power Hour, I can call in on him. So
There you go.
it'll be
Yeah,
good.
this is actually not a call-in show, but
Oh, well, I can type in though.
we can make an exception for you.
Exactly. So, no, I mean, you got Steve Wright coming up next week on the Power Hour. Is that right?
On December
Week after.
1st.
December 1st, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. It's we do a lot of silly stuff here on the Power Hour, and Steve Wright is kind of a public power guru. He used to work for the Bonneville Power Administration, which generates much of the power in the Pacific Northwest. And then he came and has been with Chelan PUD for the last 8 years. So he's retiring, like real, like dropping the mic, heading out, doing other things.
Yeah,
so I'm
we'll
excited
see.
to chat with him. Yeah, I know. He'll probably lurk around the boardroom or something.
Yeah, I think Steve will get bored and he'll tip his toe back in somewhere in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, he is staying local, and I know he's a part of the Community Foundation and other, projects locally. So yeah, he's not abandoning Chelan County. He's just transitioning to other cool projects. So we'll chat with him on December 1st on the Power Hour.
Cool. Yeah. That'll be a good one to listen to.
Cool. Right on. Well, Scott, anything else for the posterity?
I'm really hungry. Can I have lunch now, Lacey?
Sure.
That's what I got, man. It's time for some groceries. So,
all right.
No.
Thanks so much for joining us, Scott.
Yep, you bet. All right. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.
Okay. Ciao.
Bye.